I don't believe in this sense that people are perfect. Like I think regardless of whatever you're doing, there will be something
No,
you
yeah,
do
of
that just
course, of course,
annoys your
of course.
partner, even though they love you
Yeah,
so much. It
definitely.
just annoys them every time you do that thing. And
Yeah.
Do
yeah,
you
it's
believe?
good to be
Sorry,
aware of it.
before we leave, do you believe that you have a red flag?
Who are you attracting at this stage? All right. Hello, everyone. This
Hi,
is
everybody. Welcome back.
yeah.
Yes, bad advice with good intentions. People don't want us to say that last part, but I will say it because it's a good intention. Maybe for my co-part, for my
We are
co-host,
not we are not an
they,
NGO. We are not an NGO. We don't need a tagline.
I do. I say a lot of shit here. All right, I do. Speak for yourself.
At least someone recognizes. At least you recognize you say a lot of shit. So that at least we can move on in peace in this episode. Let's go on. Let's get into it. So, Gilla, why are you laughing? I mean, the self-reflection is
What?
admirable. Thank you,
All
Ayo. We
right.
really appreciate it.
I'm nothing if not a man of virtue and nobles and other good shit.
All
Huh?
right. Anyway, let's yeah, you just had to mess it up. Ayo style. So today we're gonna talk about relationships, the relationship based thing, but we're talking about habits that we have, not other people, that you have that can annoy people. Is it that can annoy people, that has annoyed people you've dated? Yeah, so pretty much. So who wants to start?
Yeah, I feel like habits that you feel like would drive somebody who lives with you crazy. So,
Yeah.
like your
Ooh,
long-term partner.
to the topic. If you feel like you're perfect, it's fine. There's no
It's not
problem.
about perfect. I just feel like there's a difference between dating somebody, them coming over and
Okay,
living with
okay. Let me
somebody,
let me give you an
and
example.
living with
Let me give you an example of something that I feel like um I do that will make someone, and I will give a scenario. For example, no, whether it's Monday, whether it's Sunday, whether it's Saturday, weekday, weekend, I always wake up around 5 a.m. Right?
Mhm.
So if I am with someone who wakes up later or wakes up who is your regular 7 a.m. person, 8 a.m.
Mhm.
person, or somebody who decides that they want to sleep in,
Yeah.
it's going to be very annoying because I
Sure.
will wake up. So that's an example.
Those are the examples. So it doesn't have to be something you've observed with somebody you've lived with. It's something you do now that you feel like if you were with somebody, it would probably drive them crazy.
I probably shouldn't do this if I'm with someone.
And I didn't have an issue with it until the particular comment about us having. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Like I said, they said I'm being a contrarian for no reason. So let's move on. Let's push forward. Who wants to go first?
So I've gone already. I'm giving an example.
That was your big thing.
I did say it's big.
Is that how you're going to start it?
Yeah.
Nonsense. I'm going to start it.
Clearly, you
Okay.
needed
I am
you
very
needed baby
petty.
steps.
I am very petty. All right. I can be very
Yeah, we
petty.
all know that.
It's not about you. And this is one of the reasons why this is you should put your own there. You should put your own there too. That interruption is
Okay, so
yours.
you're petty, and how does this pettiness affect how will
I
they
was
affect your
thinking,
person?
hey, see, Christopher type of people, joy of my heart. Uh, as I was saying, I can be very petty, right? Hence, in relationships, and this can be very annoying. If somebody did something that might, or I have already pointed out that will that rub me the wrong way, instead of now like they are aware that this is something I might have an issue with, right? I will be very petty in the way I respond to it. I wouldn't necessarily. I would. You will know I'm angry. I won't deny. Like if you ask me if I'm mad, I will not be like I'm not mad. And then, but my actions will be very petty going forward for that duration or period where I am
Okay.
upset or mad at you. That is just my. I know, and I'm a very petty person. I can be very petty about the way I go about things.
Okay.
Yes.
Demi.
I was
I don't
hoping for
think.
something like I was hoping for some fun examples, but yeah, now I'm listening and I'm just like, maybe we need to send some people to therapy.
Say your own first.
Anyway,
Say your own first. Let's see your example.
I I have a habit of opening cupboards and not closing them until I'm done in that area of the house. So, like when I'm in the kitchen, for example, if I'm cooking, there's a high chance that all the cupboards will be open. Now, if I'm with somebody who's probably taller than me, they might walk into the cupboard and hit their face. That is, it's one of my annoying habits, and I'm aware of it. But every time it's just like, why should I close it? Because I'm still busy. It's like I'm still grabbing plates from here. I'm grabbing a pot. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. When I'm done, I will close all the cupboards. But
This is
until
short
I'm done, the
privilege.
cupboards will be open.
Wow, he just said that's short privilege.
But yeah, I
Like,
know. That's why
like
I'm glad, yeah. And I've never walked into a cupboard, but I
Well,
feel bad for all the taller
it's
people
five.
who walk into cupboards. Huh?
5'5" or 5'6".
I'm 5'5".
5'5", yeah.
Damn. Thank you a lot. Yeah, I understand. We hear you. Don't do that.
Um,
Wait, I'm guessing that you've never dated anybody below 5'5".
No, I haven't.
I knew it. I'm guessing you like them 6 foot and above, at least
Yes,
5'11".
I do. Yes. What's the
Yeah.
point here?
A
my,
nigga probably walked into the cupboard. I'm like, I'm done with this shit. A few times. Anyway,
I
well, by the way,
think
fix this one if you want to have a marriage successful relationship. This one seems very for what you like. It seems like you are not making accommodation in your life for what you like.
for okay, one silly one is I'm not too honestly. I'm not too bothered about making my bed. Genuinely
Yeah, I can, I
speaking,
can, I can,
I'm
I
not.
can
I'm
attest to
not
this.
too bothered about making my bed. I'm not. I can like have laundry and put laundry on one side of the
Just say you are
bed.
messy. It's okay.
It's the bed. It's just
It's
the
not the
bed.
bed alone. Just say you're messy. You're a bit messy, and you clean it
Are
up.
you speaking for
I
me?
am. I am speaking for you because I have lived with you and I know your place. All right. It cleans. It's very nice. See, Bella can cook very well. So we put that one there for all you ladies. Né?
There's
Bella
no
is
need
a
for you to say anything. Biola has a girlfriend, so there's no point. And she's happy with him the way he is.
let me say this. Bella is a very, very nice guy. All right. Best human being I know. Right. But
Oh,
Bella can be messy. And it's not like messy with dirty things, but he's the kind of a person because he lives alone. And it's not a bother for him because he lives alone. So he will wash laundry, put it somewhere, all right? Bed that it doesn't make it, all right? So yeah, I agree. Just be like, don't be like it's only the bed area. That's just my thing, right? Be honest. If you're gonna be full honest, be full honest, all right?
Okay.
Okay, you're a bit
All
messy,
right.
all right?
well, Biola, you've been outed by your friend.
Yeah,
I think no, it's fine. Like I wouldn't even say it's totally wrong.
yeah.
It
Because I'm right.
slightly exaggerated, but it's
Not
not
really.
it's not
Not really.
it's
Not
not
really.
like it's not fabricated. Um,
It's
for
not fabricated.
for,
Rhymes, rhymes, rhymes.
for me, I think why it works for or why I allow it is I'm the kind of person that this is not justifying it by the way that I have how my room is in my head. Like
Mm.
if there's no power and it's dark, I don't need to put on a torch. Can
So this is the
navigate my
developing country problem. This thing is the result of a developing country problem. When there is no power, Biola is
no,
aware of his organized chaos.
it's,
Blame Nigeria and South
it's
Africa for
not just it's
this.
not just that. It's not just that. It's just that like I know where everything is. I tend not to look
Mm.
for stuff. No matter how the space looks like, I know where everything is. This is there, this is there,
Yeah.
this is there,
Also,
this
if
is
it's
there.
organized, I'm sure you will know where
So
it is. Moving on. For me, something that something that I know we annoy people
Mm.
living with me. Um, I actually forgot when I was insulting you.
it's okay.
And I
Yeah,
remember.
it's you can
Oh
see
yeah,
this
I
is the
remember
one
again.
this
I
is the
remember
one
again. I remember
before you
again. I remember
forget.
again. If you say that you want to watch something with me, all right, I'm very particular about the way I watch things, right? I'm the kind of a person that I do not skip things. I get subtitles. Don't don't be on your phone. Don't be distracted. Like don't be distracted. Don't look like you're not watching what we are
Ayo,
watching together. I didn't
Ayo, we
ask
are
you to
going to send you to therapy. What is your own habit that would annoy somebody else?
I
Not
mean,
what
what
is
I'm
another
saying,
person going to do to annoy you.
no, no, I'm saying like I'm very particular about about the way I consume content.
So you're
So
saying that would
like
annoy
Okay.
that would
you,
annoy the person I'm with. Like there's no, don't be
because
checking
you won't
anything,
stomach it.
because if you are checking something, I'm pissed off. Like
Okay.
I would prefer, I would, I, and I'm saying this now, I would prefer for me to watch my thing alone, right? And then we talk about it, than for you to now wait, like you want to watch something with me, and now it now becomes an issue of like you're not concentrating. All right, like it doesn't matter what we are watching, no matter how short it is. Don't do that. Respect the
And
what we are watching.
Ayo does
Yes.
get invested, as we have seen from the Love Is Blind episodes, that he
That is
even
true.
goes deeply into what he thinks the characters of people are. So totally get that. But I agree with you. It can be a bit rude, like when you're asking someone to watch something, and they just doing
Question:
their own things.
is this just a guy thing? Because I know many guys who do this. I don't know if girls do this too, where you have a movie that or a list of movies, and if you're like someone you are liking says they don't like that movie or they feel so strong in a negative way about that movie or the list of movies, they're just like, if you don't like this movie, maybe you're not my person.
I will say this: my girlfriend hasn't watched Game of Thrones. She doesn't want to watch Game of Thrones, and it hurts me. It hurts my soul. But I still love her. But it hurts my soul. I'm not going to break up with her because she doesn't watch Game of Thrones. But if there's
But
ever,
okay, question:
yeah,
if you had found out that
no,
she
I
feels
knew
this
before.
strongly
I knew before.
before you did,
I knew
oh,
before.
okay,
Yeah.
so it's not that deep.
It's not enough for me to not date
Well,
you.
Look at Ayo being mature.
I
Oh.
judge you.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. But yeah, question. So do you have that? Do
No, I
girls
don't
have
have
that?
that. I don't think girls have that. I think guys just use that as an excuse to not. I think guys use that as an excuse to not commit to a girl that they actually like because they're just trying to find a way to get out. Like they're trying to find some get out card.
No,
Go
no,
that
no, no,
far.
no. It's not
I
that.
wouldn't necessarily think
There are
it's
some
that.
movies
I
that
think some people genuinely, it matters more to
it
some people.
matters. Like
Like
if you don't like a movie, like
But
what
okay,
why?
let
It's
movie?
us
not your movie. Why you're not in the
no.
movie? You are not getting paid if I watch the movie. So why is this a
Yeah,
thing?
yeah,
Say something
it
about the
just says
person,
something about you.
you, and
Like if you've not watched it, it's
if
fine.
you haven't watched it, it's
But if
fine.
you now like I've
Oh no,
watched
no.
it,
Actually, that's
okay,
not necessarily
for
fine.
some
Oh.
people
That's
it's
not
not
necessarily
fine.
fine because you can go one of two ways. Now you get them to watch it, and
And
they
then
don't
yeah,
give
and they
any
just
fucks.
and then they feel hurt by it.
Bruh, that's even
Yeah.
worse because now
So
like, you willingly hate on the stuff I tell you I like. So
so
I think
for
I think that's a
where we
guy thing.
yeah, it's a guy
no,
thing. The way we
yeah,
see it is it just what kind of person are you?
yeah,
Like
and
that means
also
I don't know all of
and
you. Like
also
is
it's
there
a little
some
bit
is there a
insulting to my taste in a
like
way, like in a way of like something that I've is like when a guy likes something, right? Like for me, if I the way one of the things that my girlfriend doesn't like about me is the way I rep Arsenal, my football team. Eh? Biola is a fake football supporter, but I am a real supporter. Eh? I love Arsenal. The reason why I remember before this episode started, I was begging people to help us move the episode, whether an hour and a half before or 2 hours before, is because Arsenal was playing and I wanted to watch. I didn't give a reason on the group, but that was the reason. Now, the thing is like, I don't go out a lot. So when we do go out on dates, right, it's like, make sure that I don't know, I don't want to hear a mention of we have to come back early because Arsenal is playing at a particular time, right? If we are outside, I don't want to feel rushed, right? So this is something that has been an argument once, and it has came up twice. And we normally don't fight, but we do fight about this particular topic, right?
for a topic you did not understand, you actually have a lot on
I didn't say I
your
don't understand. I said that I didn't like the wording of that particular thing.
the point
Understanding and wording is
you have
different
a
thing.
lot. Like you
See,
at this point,
you're getting off the
I
rails. Focus.
continue.
I have it. Okay, Ayo, go on. But I have something to say
Love
about Buzz.
Arsenal.
Yes.
And
My point here is that
anyone who doesn't love their
no,
football
they
club
don't
the
need to love.
way you love
No,
your
no.
football club.
I don't need you to love my football club the way I love my football club. You can even support your that. I feel like that will even be more fun in the relationship. But if you do not value it the way I value it, or you cannot see the way I value it and respect that, that is a big deal for me. Like it's almost because here's the trick, right? You don't pick your football club. Once you love what you love, right?
Do pick
Is
your football club.
no as in like you do like for me, I didn't pick Arsenal. I just fell in love with the team. So it's like,
That's not pity. They sent you an
yeah,
email.
in a way, that's how I feel, and
You
I
was it
cannot
fire
unsupport.
vision dream?
No, the reason why I say it that way is that I cannot unsupport Arsenal. I cannot be like I want to support another
You've
team.
decided
It's not
and
about
you're
even a
sticking to
decision.
the
It's not, it
decision.
wasn't a decision. I was when I started supporting Arsenal, I was watching football, a bunch of team play, and this was the one that my heart chose to go with. That was it
What
was
your heart? What
no.
your heart?
The joy of my heart.
Your heart did what?
Went with
Your it went with it.
Yes.
It chose it.
No,
it
no,
went
no, no, no.
with it.
It came and picked up my heart from my chest and then went with it.
Oh God.
Yes.
This
I
whole
just want to
contrarian.
say that men are weird
No,
because
no,
they
this is not.
You better stop finding them weird. You better stop finding them weird. I started liking them. Otherwise,
No,
Fiona is
no,
like
no.
not all men.
There are two things I'm going to say. One, just direct what you want to direct to the person you're directing it. Two, for the species of human beings that say they communicate a lot, but they want someone to read their mind, don't go there. Oh.
Also,
No,
No, but this is why I find men interesting. Like okay, like why I find Ayo interesting.
not
Like
like
Arsenal does not know you. Arsenal does not know that you exist.
yeah.
But you would go out on a date with a woman who adores you, and you would want to leave her to go and sit with Arsenal and watch them on the TV. Are you kidding?
They sent me emails on my birthday. Actually, they didn't. Chelsea did.
Because you subscribed.
But they could, one, two. Whenever my team
which
wins,
is funny.
whenever
I'm
my
the
team
one you
wins,
said I'm not a fan,
yes.
but I actually get emails from Inter, and
And
I
when was the last time you watched an Inter Milan game?
this morning.
This morning,
Yeah,
live.
not live.
Did you
But
watch
this morning.
Allied?
Yes.
Did you see that nonsense? I was ready to sacrifice the podcast for my team. I mean, let me say something. If we are playing on a Friday night and my team loses, that is my weekend gone. I'm sad throughout that whole weekend. I'm telling you right
So
now.
your girlfriend has to just be okay with you being sad for the whole weekend because these 11 men who don't know
I'm
you
not saying
lost
it
the
has to
match.
be okay with me, but it's the reality of the situation. I can't control
And
it.
you want me to be like you?
I didn't say you want. I didn't say you should be like me. I'm
No,
just
no, no,
telling you
no,
how
no,
I
no.
exist.
That you want?
I'm the person
you are
that
trying to shame.
I'm the kind
okay,
of a person
let's put it
that
this
I
way.
will wake
You
up
were
at
trying
2
to. You were
a.m.
trying to shame
to
me.
watch my basketball
Wait,
team.
wait, wait. You were trying to shame me.
Oh, shame me.
You're trying to shame me
Yeah.
because I don't see it the way you see it.
Yeah. I'm not saying see the
Diana,
No,
do you
okay.
also leave your girlfriend? Do you also leave your girlfriend to go and watch matches?
It's not that deep.
no,
now.
he has his own problems. So don't let him lie to you. He has his own problems. So.
Nah, nothing external like that. I'm not my mood.
Yeah.
Even my girlfriend
Yes.
will not determine my mood.
That's bad.
Okay, fine, but yeah.
Wouldn't you say that is bad?
How,
That is almost on the
I
level of
see.
no.
I think
that's
after listening to this part about points, I should set up a couple counseling business just for Ayo in the future. I should start working on it.
We are very
Anyway.
happy. I can bring her down here to confess that she's happy.
No, please not. That's not.
Of course, hear the word. She can come down here to confess that she's happy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Habits. So
Not
habits
on.
I have that I think would annoy somebody is
If
I use
come over and
multiple
shine,
pillows on
kiss
my
and-
bed.
let her talk.
That would annoy me.
I use multiple pillows on my bed because if I wake up in the middle of the night and my pillow is warm, I have to change it to a cooler pillow.
Should I give you an advice?
So I don't know. Like I just
Should I
can't
give an
stand the fact that the pillow is warm, so I need to keep changing the pillow, even if my room is cold. Yeah, I know it would
No,
annoy
no, no.
anybody.
The whole one is warm. I need to change it to.
I can get what she's saying.
That-
But she's also in Canada, isn't it freezing over there? What was the woman in?
No, she wants cool.
I will. Let
That's
me
weird.
give you a solution to your problem.
I don't think she even considers it a problem. That's the problem.
Clearly, but it could be a problem.
I'm just saying it would annoy somebody.
Maybe find somebody that will stay. This might help. You see, there's this gadget where it says it's like a blanket over your bed now. It regulates the temperature of your bed, and here's the cool part.
It's
You
the
can have two
pillow I
sides.
need. It's the
I
pillow
know.
I
Because
need
you
to
let
be
me
cool.
arrive. Will you let me arrive? You think these people did not think about this? All right. You see,
Okay.
let us arrive. right? So here's the trick, right? If your pillow, if it can, it's to the point where it can find the optimum sleeping temperature for you as an individual, right? Where now on the other side of the bed, let's say Della was the person on the other side of the bed, right? The temperature on the other side of the bed will be completely different from yours. So you will be able to sleep fully throughout the night that you
I
won't even
don't
know your
think
pillow will get hot
this
or
is a
what.
practicality thing. It's
It
not like
is. It exists. It's practical.
you're you're not listening.
I'm listening.
Her doing what she's doing is
Yes.
not out of practicality. It's just how she likes things.
No, I also change
It's
pillows
a
at night.
habit.
I also change pillows at night when I
Why
go
I
do you
home.
change
I
it?
change my pillows because I
Yes.
want the cooler pillow.
The thing here is that we are in Africa, so it's hot. I can understand our excuse. I don't understand our excuse. What is the
But my
maximum
house is
temperature?
always warm. Houses in Canada are all warm inside.
Reduce the thing, the heater.
It's not, you're not listening. It's not about the room or the bed. It's the pillow. The pillow. I use multiple pillows, not multiple mattresses. The
I like to
pillow.
practicality.
Can I one last
Wow,
question?
look, you
One
are
last
trying to
question.
solve a
One last question.
problem that
Forget.
is not a
I admit
problem.
it's not a problem. One last question, right? Do you do this throughout all seasons?
Yes.
Every
Okay.
night.
Okay.
It is not
Okay.
it is not like, oh, I'm
It's not
feeling
a problem. It's just an annoying habit.
just our habits. This is just
All right.
change.
All
So
right.
that's it.
All right.
So even
And I
if
always
Hmm?
go on. No,
Go
sorry,
ahead.
go on.
No,
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 no.
no,
I was
and
going to say I always sleep in the middle of the bed. Like I don't have I grew up having a side of bed where I'll just sleep
no,
on one side.
it's
But as I've
because
grown
you
older, I'm always like in the middle of the bed and I've gotten
no,
so used to it. What did he say?
no.
He says because you've been single for a
That one
while.
will change. That one will change. Don't worry. That one will
It's
change.
because I spent a lot of money on my bed and I want to enjoy
She's
it.
the person.
I don't know why I'd
See,
buy a big bed and sleep on the side.
look, he's on the left. Then she starts on the right.
Don't
She
worry.
will come and push
Don't
you and
worry.
almost
You
push
don't
you
hear what
off.
she said. She said that starts in the middle. Don't worry. That one will change. That one will change. It's okay. It's okay.
Anyway,
That one will change. We pray that it changes. Because if it doesn't change, nobody will sleep on the other side. Because there's no side for them to sleep on. But that one will change
it's
for
just a
you.
big bed. That's all.
You
How
Just
big
just
is
have
the
buy a
bed?
money.
really big bed.
Money.
How,
Money.
what
You
is the
can buy a
maximum size
super king size.
that can fit in your room?
They're super king size. Am I going to live here forever? They're super king size beds that are really huge.
Queen, even a king bed, size bed. Somebody staying in the middle. There are people. Someone can stay on the left and on the right. Now, why are you making?
I'm just saying, eh? I'm
Why?
just
Just
saying, this
because
is
you are
a
used
trait
to
of
single match,
singleness.
half mattress doesn't mean
It's not
everybody's.
about half.
Eh?
Never come to you and complain about my bed. She's the person complaining about sleeping. I mean,
She's
not complain. This is the
I'm
person
not
that says,
complaining. I'm just
yeah,
sharing a habit that I know would annoy somebody.
I'm just telling you why the habit exists. But please continue.
Okay.
I don't need
I
a
don't.
reason for why it exists.
No, we know. We
Lola,
don't
go
say
on.
it. We
I
know.
think this is one that I don't see it that way. I don't personally see it that way, but I have been with someone that so it doesn't issue.
Get to the point.
I am.
Don't
For
see it
s-
that way. I don't see it that way.
okay. This energy, you will continue it. So yeah, I don't like to cook in small quantities. I'm used to, and in fact, I would say I prefer and like to cook in big quantities and then put it in containers and put it in the freezer and then warm food. I still don't see this as a problem, but I have had someone who saw it as a problem and like, why do you waste so much time when you cook? Why don't you just cook for today and then cook tomorrow and cook? And I'm like,
Is
I don't.
the person is not Nigerian, right?
Yeah, yeah, this is
I
not
don't
Nigeria.
even think Nigeria said it. This person clearly isn't thinking thinking that well because what you are
How we
doing.
got that far?
No,
But
no, and I will
no,
say this now. What the I excuse that she brought up was poor. Because yes, initially you might take more time, but by the end of the day, you are saving more time.
yeah,
So that
that's
was
that's the
poor.
logical thing
That
for
was poor.
me.
That was just illogical
But
thinking.
for
She
her,
should have just said it's weird cooking that many food. Not that you are not saving time. That was just weird. But that was my thing. You can continue. I'm sorry.
so yeah, I don't know if that counts, but I'm on the quirky side. Like it's just like cook small,
I can
cook
understand.
little.
I can understand
But
why
for
that
me,
might be
like
weird for some
the
people.
logic thing is this: like the resources when I broke down my reasons, she was just like, "Why are you so logical about just food?" Because for me, I'm like, the resources you would use to cook this amount of rice and this amount of rice is kind of negligible. It's almost the same time, and I just went into all that, and then I would put it in the fridge. I can
I
warm
think
it.
It
what
became
really
Blah,
pissed
blah,
her
blah.
off was the logic.
Okay,
Yeah, it was your logic.
so the answer, the thing is, my logic can piss people off.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So
That's
maybe
funny.
Actually, but somebody being too logical can
yeah,
can piss
being
off
too
the
long. No, no,
opposites.
that
Yeah.
that one is like this is two in
Especially
one.
for women
Well,
though,
well,
not for guys. I feel
no,
like
a logical guy can piss
no, I
guys
feel like
off.
guys are more logical, like in terms of like rationality. Like
Yeah.
women are. I'm not saying that women are not logical in their thinking or in their approach,
It's
but they are. They
it's a
are.
relative thing.
Yeah, it's a
Before you hit
no, no, no. This has nothing to do with
before you
logic.
hit your Logitech webcam,
No,
it's a relative thing.
this has
It's
nothing to
relative.
do with like logical thinking. It has nothing to do with logical thinking. Be patient.
It's
It has to do with
analysis.
approach. Approach is different from thinking. This has something to do with thinking.
Okay,
It's the fact that if
let me ask her a question.
yeah,
When girls say, I want him to understand or know what I want, do you agree with that statement? Does it make sense to you?
Not 100%.
But to a large extent, it does.
is what you
Is that
want
No.
also.
logical? Is there anything logical in wanting a man?
Okay, okay. Okay, Biola, keep your hat on because I haven't even said it is, but you're already assuming that I have. And so for some reason, you guys are the logical ones and we are the less
No,
logical ones.
I
No, no,
didn't even on a tantrum.
again,
He went on a
again,
tantrum.
again. Wait,
My
wait.
thing is
Okay,
from
I'm
my
back
thing
now.
is my
I'm
thing is
back now.
my thing. The reason why I mentioned this like
Uh-huh.
when somebody's going through something like you, right? Let's say you went through some stuff at work and you want to talk to your partner about it, right? You like your partner can come from a situation, and I've been in this situation where you come from a logical solution point of view, like you give a logical answer. She's already aware of the logical solution, but she just wanted to, she still wants to talk it out and just like you get my point,
Vent.
right? And just maybe vent or maybe just go through this whole situation to you. It doesn't necessarily mean that she doesn't know the answer. That's where I'm coming from. I'm not saying that it's not about rational thinking or anything like that. But the fact that some people do not necessarily want your logical solution in that moment in time, they just want to have a conversation. They still want to
Empathy.
talk
They want
about
your
it.
empathy.
And for somebody who is constantly logical about everything, you could feel like you are missing the point. You get my point, right? That is
I
where I'm.
yeah, I agree with that, and I do think that people who are extra logical all the time, I classify them as people who don't have heart, like people who don't have
That's
the human.
it's not that deep. Oh. The way she just went in,
No,
it's not that deep.
but yeah.
I mean that in a humane way. Like there's something to be said about relating with what someone is dealing with that makes you more humane as opposed to
Yeah.
just trying to solve their problems. Like I will give you an example. There was a time I went to the hospital. I went to the emergency room because I was almost dying. And I couldn't see the doctor because the doctor just dismissed me, but told the nurse to give me a medication that I had used before that causes like heavy bleeding. I've used that medication before and I was like, it causes heavy bleeding. And the nurse was just like, oopsie, well, that's what they recommended. So that's all you've got. So when I came home, the person I was seeing at the time, I called him on the phone and I was telling him, and I was like, why do they do this? Because for women who have endometriosis, it's very common where doctors just dismiss you. They're just like, it's in your head, it's not real, that sort of thing. So I was explaining to him, and his approach was, first of all, women are not the only ones suffering. Men, he was looking at it more from like a thesis point of view, like everyone is suffering under the medical system. Men also go and they get wrong medication. And I was just
And
like, I don't need, this is not what I need.
that one is not even logical.
No, no, I don't think that's
That one,
logical.
that one is just
That's not
stupid.
logical.
Your nigga
That's
was
not
stupid.
logical.
And I'm happy for you that you broke
I
up.
don't think we should.
That your
later-
nigga was stupid.
because
Because that is just that is
that's
just
no. I think one.
That's
I don't
it.
even think he listened.
He didn't
First,
listen.
He didn't listen.
He didn't listen.
He heard it from the beginning and just assumed where it was going to and started responding without
But
actually.
that's also, so wait, the reason why I brought up that example is that's actually the way logical people also think. Like people who are logical are just listening to the problem. They're not listening to how you're expressing the problem. So I'm coming to you, for example, and I'm like, I've got this issue at work. This has happened, and da da da. And I'm thinking of doing this, but I'm just like so overwhelmed. hear the words I'm using. I know I should do this, this, this. I'm overwhelmed. That's telling you I don't need you to give me a solution. But
Yeah.
most people who are hyper logical are just like, I hear the problem. I need to start discussing solutions. And I'm like,
Yeah.
don't do that.
So
Be a
what I
human being.
I will
yeah, I
say
think
this
there are
before
two
Bella says
distinct
this.
things
I will
now.
say this. If the guy was smarter, even though he's hyperlogical, right, he will be able to come to the right conclusion. That nigga that you just mentioned, he wasn't that smart to begin with. Like his
No,
because his
okay.
conclusion was
Say
poor.
So,
that.
so this is what I will
His
say.
conclusion was poor, in my opinion.
This is what I will say.
Mm.
Having a logical sense or logical approach to
Hmm.
doing things is different from being a good listener. They are not
Mm.
like they don't want, it's not like because you're logical that means you're not a good listener. No. You can listen and still, because if the person listens to you saying, I've tried this, I've tried this, I've tried this, right? If they want to give a logical approach, then maybe they will either that they will tell you something that, oh, I
Change doctors or
try, like they will give
that
they
was
would
that
they
had nothing
wouldn't
to do with
list something
logic.
you've already
That had
said.
nothing to do with logic.
And or if you've listed everything that they have and they're like, you know what, this is just a shitty system.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that had nothing to
But
do with logic. That guy's
so
answer was weird.
if you are a logical person and you don't listen, that's just I guess that's just a very not I guess that's just a terrible
And
mix.
that's why I
That's a
said,
very
and that was
terrible,
why I said that was
terrible
stupid.
mix. Because yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That
like
was
what somebody
weird.
like if you're logical, your problem is still there. Him talking about the general problem, how is that
Has
solving?
nothing to
How is
do
that
with
solving
you.
the issue?
That's nothing to do, like
That's far.
that's why I said that was
So
weird.
I
I didn't
think
think it had to do with logic.
I think this is the interesting thing for me with regards
I
to this,
think
and I'm sure we'll
he
go back
also
to
just
our
felt what
main
the
topic.
doctor was saying that you are probably complaining. He just didn't want to say directly like why are you complaining because because what he's saying is not
And that's
solving
why
anything.
she did not end up with him. Was he Nigerian?
Yeah.
I knew it. Ish, I knew that's one of the reasons. That's one of the things she was against us. Ish, God Almighty, it's fine. It's fine.
Anyway,
You
do you
can
have
tell that,
any?
and you know that
But
she is.
anyway,
You
wait,
can tell that
before we move on from
Nigerian too. You can tell she told us because Nigerian too. Because I'm sure that there were other people that have met that have gave logical answers to our problem, but she only picked the Nigerian brother. You see, I knew it. Ish.
what do you mean? But what I'm trying to say is that when it comes to things like logical thinking, like you can be hyper logical to the point where it hurts your relationship because you don't
Oh yeah,
have
definitely,
empathy. Like
definitely.
you lack empathy and
Yeah,
you
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know how to express it. That's a problem.
There should be. I think there should at the end of life is all about balance.
Yeah,
There's a
Yeah, I
time when
agree.
like whatever we are feeling, if someone has a problem, like don't just listen.
yeah.
Just if you
Yeah.
listen, just listen.
That means we need
So
one from you.
Okay, so something I think would annoy somebody who ends up with me is if I'm hungry, but I'm not craving anything, there's a high chance I won't eat, even if I have a headache. I just won't eat because I'm not craving anything.
That would piss
And there
me
was a
off.
guy I was talking to. I was the guy I was talking to, and he asked me one Saturday morning. He was like, "Oh, what are you up to?" Blah blah blah. And I was like, "Oh, I'm feeling a bit hungry, but I'm not craving anything, so I'm not gonna eat." And it was like, "That's negligent," and I got upset because I was like, "How dare you say I'm negligent?"
That guy was logical. That guy was logical.
that's the 2 plus 2 score.
That guy was logical.
That's a logical person. Like,
And you know what? I'm with that brother. Whatever brother that was, whether it
I
was
think
Nigerian, white, black,
so
French, I'm with that nigga.
for me, I
That would
think
piss me off.
just it of itself
That
now will
would
piss me off.
That would piss me
What
off.
will piss me off is if there's now regular complaints of I have headache, I have headache, I have headache, I have headache. I'm like, but why are you not doing what you are supposed to do?
Bella, there
But
I
if you have
I'm
the
not
headache,
craving any. I'm not craving anything though.
am. 1 month of living with that will piss you off.
no, as long
I
as you don't,
promise you.
as long as
It's not that she doesn't even know how to verbalize it. The fact that you
no, yeah, I'm not being
are you
like
sure?
like see. So
Ah,
no, this is the thing. What I'm saying, I'm not even saying it as it's most times seen as a negative. More of like me when like I'm the kind of person like if you I ask like maybe it seems like you said you are petty right where is there a problem I ask you what's the problem is there a problem you say no
Hmm.
max I will do that's if I really I love you I'll ask you 3 times is there a problem is there a problem is there a problem you tell me no 3 times I will leave you alone I will take out it's not like I'm doing it out of you're an adult, so you told me no.
Wow.
So I'll leave you. Like then we are good. Then I'll take it that what I think I'm saying I'm probably misinterpreting something, and I'll continue with
This
my
is why
stuff.
you're you're
And,
you're you're,
but
you're,
I'm not
you're, you're,
single.
you're, you're you're actually not married. Habits that I've got. I don't know if this is an habit or anything like that, but don't call me when like after a particular period at night. After a particular time at night. Like don't call
Is
me.
it
Okay, even
habits that annoy you, or okay, that would annoy the other person? Okay.
Yeah, like if you call me, I won't pick
so
up.
your reaction will annoy
I won't
them.
pick up. I won't pick up.
So you have like a curfew.
Yeah.
If they call you after 11, for example, you're not gonna pick up.
Once I go to sleep, if you call me, even if I
I
see
don't
your call,
understand.
if you
So
call me,
if it wakes you up,
yeah,
you actually wake up, you won't pick up the call, even though you don't know what it is about.
and
And they don't have
here's
they
the
don't
messed
have
up thing. Here's the messed up thing. I will respond to my alarm, but I won't respond to a call, even if I'm asleep.
even though you know, like if you know this person is probably not just calling you to check, they're not calling you to say hi. There's probably an emergency.
If it's an emergency, right?
There's
Like
no way you will know
my
without
thing is that
actually
if I'm
picking
going
up.
to
So
sleep, if I'm going to sleep, right? If I'm going to sleep, I would have checked on my significant other and be like, where you are, where I left you, ne? I've left you in a safe space before I went to sleep. If anything happens to you, that means you left that safe space and you went
no, but if the
somewhere.
danger comes to meet them in their safe
Aha. What
space
can I do?
and they're calling you, they
What can
can't
I do?
talk. Like, okay, anyway,
What can I do? Why would you call me?
no offense, but
I'm
I
starting
don't think
couples
the
therapy business for
the aim
Ayo.
of this topic was not for us to come off as red flags.
It's
But you
fine.
are
But what can
actually
I do?
you are
Imagine
you
somebody
are
calling you. Imagine
you are
somebody
successfully
imagine somebody calling you
Crimson.
from Cape.
no. So okay, you want me to give you scenarios where they can't talk. They, see, when people are in danger, they tend to panic. So you are the safe number. Instead of calling the police, for example, they call you, hey, something is happening. Please, can you help? And then you call and give the police. Are you saying that's not like, of course, that's not what you're praying for. But if you know your person doesn't just call you anyhow or randomly, if you see a call at 2 a.m., if you don't wake up, it's fine, but you wake up, you look at it, and then you just hiss and sleep back.
All right. Let me say this now.
I don't like
If you call me at 2 a.m., there's a likelihood your call won't get picked
that's
up.
fine. If it's okay,
Not
if
even likelihood, it's probably
not it's fine, but
guaranteed.
like so
Guaranteed.
you even if you wake up, you
It's
see
rare for me to wake up. I don't wake up to calls at 2
no,
a.m.
no, no, that's not the
I
point.
believe that's the work of witches and witchcrafts.
What?
Why are you calling me at night when I'm sleeping? Do you not add it is for me to sleep? I have insomnia, my guy.
Okay. All right.
Right.
All right. I don't I think the sad part about this example you've given is that it seems like you're even more angry than them. But it's okay. This
Yes.
is
I
something
think
that
a
you should
lot
do.
of I think a lot of Ayo's examples are things that annoy Ayo, not things that would annoy somebody else. Like it's more
Yeah.
like this would
I'm,
annoy me, and then
I
my
think it's
reaction
just
would annoy
your
you.
to
their
be fair,
reaction is
though,
their reaction to your
I will
annoyance
say this.
that you
I will
are.
say this. I'm generally a very lovely person to be.
Uh,
Are you okay?
No, I had a cough. I coughed.
No, you've lived with
When
me.
people cough,
You've
you say
lived with me.
when people cough,
No, you've
you
lived with
say
me.
bless you.
You've lived with me. Tell me one thing that,
my
that annoyed you when you
I
lived with me.
just said
It's fine. You
I
have
just
to
coughed now. You
listen.
did not
I
say
said
bless
something
me.
about you when you were living. That's what will piss you off.
You
You
did not
deserve
say
to be pissed
bless
off.
me.
Oh. Tell me one thing that will annoy you if you live
Your
like you've
your
lived with me.
your contrarian attitude can be very annoying.
But I'm not contrarian in a relationship though. Only
I'm
with
not.
friends and family.
What was your question? You see, you're even trying to be a contrarian now. Your question to
No.
me is your question was you've lived with me. I'm answering your question.
Yes. We are
You've
talking
lived
about
with me
our
for some
partners.
time.
To our
No.
partners.
That's not what you said.
Hey,
You
wait.
said you've lived with me for some time.
Yes.
Viola, what is my attitude that can annoy you? And
Yes.
that's what I'm
The two
answering.
I annoyed you when we're living together by being a contrarian.
Yes,
Okay.
can be very annoying.
Okay. And how did you work through that?
By moving out. By moving out.
And the reason why you moved out.
Well, not necessarily. Don't
I'm
make
top
yourself
5 reasons why you moved out. Am I top 5
okay,
reasons why you
Mister
moved out?
Mister and Mrs.
Eh?
Mr. and Mrs.
No,
Thank you
but
so much
anyway,
for coming to counseling today.
I'm answering the question. It's not interrogating me over my answer again. If you don't like my answer, it's okay.
Say your own.
Anyway, habits that people might not like.
Say your own. Not people, your partner. We're not saying people you live with. Partner. We never said people randomly on the street.
Okay. this
Are people
energy that
randomly on the street living with you?
even with me, I
That's
don't
Hey.
no, it's
understand.
the way he said it. It's the way he
Like,
said it.
okay, my
Ah,
partner. My God. Um, let me see. Ish, then
Should I say something?
clearly you have something to say,
Yes.
so say it.
Leaving the stove on when you go play tennis and then starting an house fire. That could be something that people
But
can
that's a
do.
one-off.
I'm just
That's
saying.
not a habit.
I'm just saying. I'm just
You do
saying.
know the definition of habits.
Once it's a precedence, meaning it can happen
Like if
again.
you if the aim is you want to say things that I have done that are mistakes, then it's fine. But like, and yes, did that happen? Yes, but
Yes.
that's not a habit.
Mm,
Like, if you want to if you want to do this, do it
mm.
smartly.
Okay.
Don't
How
come
would you
across
see it?
like,
How would you do it?
no, I wouldn't do it. I'm not you.
Okay.
I'm not out. I'm not. I
Yes.
don't have a vengeful spirit.
Mm,
I don't have I'm not out to get people.
mm. So what was that cough
Like,
that you did there for no
it
reason?
was a cough.
It was a cough, eh?
I actually have a
Never
cold.
once coughed. Eh?
I have a cold.
All right. That means please we clearly can't come up with one.
No,
Wrap us up,
no,
please.
no, no. Let me see. And it's more. I don't think this happens in this space. That's the thing. It's just by staying around me, it kind of comes up. I can be very straightforward. So I don't know. Living with me doesn't necessarily.
It
You
doesn't.
don't have to live with me
Yeah,
before you
I agree.
actually
I
get
agree.
that. So I don't know if
I agree.
that's
But it
how
doesn't
you
work
can
on
have
me
that
though,
on the.
because I am immune to all of his flaws. I'm a great human being.
So
You know.
okay, so I would just like to say here that within the next year, I will launch a couples counseling business specifically for Ayo and whoever ends up with him, and Bella, maybe one or two sessions. So
okay.
a habit I have that I think would drive
No, but
someone crazy.
what's the I already know it's many. What sessions would you like to take with me?
I don't know. It's just maybe by living with Ayo, by osmosis, you might get some of
I've
his
just
things.
I've just I've taken cobwebs.
Oh. So for me, a habit I think I have that would piss somebody off is that even though it's winter, I sometimes have to open the window overnight in order to sleep well. Like
Overnight.
even if it's like -20 outside.
Biola, I'm sorry to say that from all of these things that we've mentioned, clearly she has a bigger problem than I do. I generally have problems there,
No, no, I
but
think
she sounds
no,
like
no. What I would say about this particular one is all these things you've mentioned. There's no life threatening one. This is life threatening.
Actually, I disagree.
This is
I'm
life
over
It's
6
threatening.
foot tall.
not.
All of the combat I will walk into my life, I'm getting a
It's
percussion. It's like I'm playing football by the end of my life.
So she has
I'm telling you,
two life threatening
I'm
habits.
the kind of person that will be kicked off the bed. I'm telling you right now, I will fall
That's
off.
so she has
Three,
life
three.
I'm
threatening.
trying I'm
I'm
trying
just
to
telling
stop
you.
it now. I'm trying to stop it, but I find that I get really warm at night for some reason and I can't sleep when it's really
Okay.
warm, which is why I do the
Get air
pillows
condition.
thing.
No,
But if it's like,
but that
yeah,
solution you
my
mentioned about that whole blanket thing, maybe
See,
yeah.
see,
You no, you didn't say it at the right time. You didn't say it at the right time. Yeah, you didn't just say that at the right
it's
time.
fine. It's fine.
but yeah, I
Get
think I think
invest
somebody.
in your sleep.
But
Invest in
here's
your
the
sleep. Do
other
you find
thing.
yourself waking up often at night?
I think everybody does that, but mine is not because of my
Ah,
sleep.
no,
No, this
no,
is your problem.
no,
What's your own
no,
problem? We don't wake up in the middle of that for no reason. No, this is
Okay,
just you.
so
no.
I take there's a medication I take.
I does into wala.
That on this one,
There's a
No, this is
no.
just you.
there's a medication I take for endo that has an
Okay,
insomnia side effect. But even
okay,
without that, I get really warm at night. But I think the other thing is just that with regards to opening windows, I don't like smells within a house. So things like air fresheners and so on, I don't like them. They clog my
okay,
for me, they clog my nose. So I always
okay.
have to open the
As
windows. If
big
you're
as
someone
you.
who uses an air freshener, I have to open the window. Like I like fresh air as opposed to like fresh air, if that makes
Okay.
sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
So that's where the Windows thing comes in. But with regards to sleeping, I'm trying to change it now because there was a night where it got really cold. So I had to wake up and close the window again. But by then my room was like sufficiently cold so I could really sleep.
Get that
And I had
thing.
all
Invest
my
in that thing.
pillows.
It will change your
Yeah,
life.
I should
Yeah.
probably get
I'm
that.
genuine. I'm serious. Like it's
Maybe
actually
that's
quite
how I'll
quite
get
well.
maybe that's what I'll use as a filter. Like if someone buys me that and I'll be like, oh, I can marry you. But then if you buy me that now, it won't work because you already know because you're listening to the podcast.
Plus, if a
No, no, but
Nigerian
still,
buys
no,
it,
but
I'm sure
still.
you will not take it. Even
Wow.
you
Okay,
will not
no,
take him.
but still, if don't you want someone who actually listens?
Exactly.
That's
I
a
mean,
good trait.
I mean, think about
Yeah,
that.
just because you put it
Don't
out
only
there
think
doesn't mean
about
that
you.
everyone will actually listen. But they
Exactly.
listen to you.
Or maybe they
Come
will not
on.
even have the money.
Tell
It's
me.
not exactly cheap.
How much is it? I heard that. How much is
The
it?
double-sided ones can be pricey.
How much are they?
It's like a thing that you have to put by side of your bed, and then it
How much?
circulates.
You're not answering the question. How much is this thing? What's the
I
price
don't
range?
think it's more than 1,000 Canadian
Okay.
dollars. I don't think it's more than 1,000. Yeah. But essentially, it's very, very effective, and it monitors your sleep. It tells you when you're in REM sleep and everything
Oh,
on an
that
app.
sounds cool. You
I
know what I
know.
want? I want one of those beds that you can push around, like a hospital bed, the one that can go flat or make you sit up. I think that would be so cool. But I don't want it as my bed. I just want it randomly.
Wow.
But then my bed should be different. Like I want my bed to be
No,
like
if you want
proper.
a
Yeah.
toy bed
Bruh.
that she can
And
sleep on.
hospital for that matter, where sick and dead people go. But sure, man.
Okay, that went too
How
dark.
many people go to hospital? How many well people go to hospital? Don't be like that's too dark. You think healthy people go
It
to
is.
hospital?
It kind of went dark.
My bad. I'm sorry. Healthy people going to hospital.
Just because it was there doesn't mean you have to announce that. Yeah.
My bad. I'm sorry. People,
Alright.
everybody that
Let's
go to
move
hospital.
on to other habits.
Okay.
Or should we
Eddie,
wrap
do you
it
have
up?
any? Do you have
Eh?
any habits? Or I think we've done
I this is not an habit, but this is my advice to people that are going to be moving in with their partners. All right. I know it sounds strange, and I've never moved in, but get a place together. Don't move in with anybody. That's just my thing. Because
Doesn't
I
that depend on
promise
your
you,
circumstances though?
it
Like
doesn't matter.
what if your
If you
person, for
you've just paid
example,
a
has
lease.
a 4 bedroom house?
Yeah.
Move out and get the person to move into another 4 bedroom house. And that's my advice.
What
because
I will say is
that thing can cause a lot. It can actually be the reason why you guys break up. Like very few couples survive
I
that.
don't. Wow, very few.
Very few, like successfully
wouldn't
go
that
into
far.
marriage.
No.
Successfully
So,
go into marriage.
I
with
think
it.
this is what I will say.
I'm serious.
If you moving into your person's house,
Yes.
just that act alone is what will break the relationship.
Yes.
I don't think that relationship is that strong.
No, I don't know.
Like you are putting too much. In my opinion, you are putting too much emphasis. Like it just means because problems will always come. If you guys don't have the ability of dealing with issues, then you'll probably break up.
No.
So even if the problem is not the house, if you move to a new house, something else will come up.
No. Let me explain. I feel like you're misinterpreting.
I get what you're trying to say.
Let me say something.
You are moving into someone's space, so
not only that, that's just one of the ideas of it. Like that's just one aspect of it. This is actually proven, right? Like couples that move in together, right? And it's like when it's one person that does it, like if one person moving with the next person, either to like save money or to like I've pretty much been sleeping over. So why don't I just move in, right? They do not work out. Like statistically, they are actually more likely to work out.
Are you sure it's not just the hookup culture?
No, it's not about hookup. It's not hookup culture or anything like that.
Itself.
It's not.
Like
it's
if you make in is what
if you make
them not
a
to work
decision,
out. Sure?
if you make it, if it's a next step decision.
So if they marry, does that change anything? Like
yes, a marriage is different. A marriage is different because I will be patient. Let me finish. Will you stop saying "wow"? This is why they say that you don't have empathy. Anyway,
who said I don't have empathy?
People who
that
mean, it's like logical people don't have empathy, and you are logical and you don't have. So let's move on. Anyway, as I was saying, if I was
hyperlogical, like if you're going
you're
to
not apological.
I'm not hyperlogical. I'm logical. I'm not hyperlogical. No, I'm not.
Okay.
I don't believe
so
that.
Ayo,
Tell me, do you believe that it's psychological or not?
I think he's just logical. I don't think he's hyperlogical. Biola is actually
Are
very
you serious?
empathetic.
You don't think it's close to
Biola-
hyperlogical?
No, Biola
Like-
has a lot of empathy.
Really? You are?
Yeah.
Where?
Just because I don't show it to
That's
you.
why we are friends.
You have it.
It doesn't mean.
Who gets all of this special treatment?
Others.
Eh?
Others.
Others.
You are the weird one.
I'm the weird one.
Yeah.
So I'm the only one that doesn't get empathy.
Yep.
Wow.
So to sort of hone in on what we were closing off with, which is Ayo's point, that people
Yeah.
who move in together tend to not make it because someone has moved into the other person's home and blah blah blah. I don't think it's because they moved in that they break up. I think it's mostly because number one, they were not aware of the issues they had before they lived together. And so when they came together, they did not do the right work to make it work. It has nothing to do with who moved in where, in my opinion. Just because
Yes.
there's a correlation between those two things doesn't mean that there is
That's the
causation. That's
causative
how I
reason.
yeah. It's not the reason because if
How
say
am I
for
supposed
example I had if the here's the let me finish please, like if you have a 4 bedroom house, Ayo, and your girlfriend moved in with you, the onus is on you to make her feel like she can also make that her own space. If you fail to do that, she already starts feeling a loss of self because she's now in your space, so she doesn't have herself represented in your apartment. So you might want to do things like, okay, you've moved in, what are things that you don't really like, that you think we should change? Okay, we can change the rug, we'll sell this one, buy a new one. um the TV stand is not to your type, maybe you want some paintings on the wall. All those things are the work you have to do as the person who owns the property to make them
to
feel
make them
safe
feel
in your
comfortable?
space. That's the number one thing. The number two thing is getting aware of each other's rhythms and not expecting perfection. And I think perfection is what a lot of people expect when they have that whole thing of, oh my God, I love you so much, let's move in together. Because they're riding on the high of the time they spend together. That's really good. But when they get into each other's spaces, they realize like this person farts in their sleep. I can't take it. I hate it.
Or
And they're
snores
not
or
willing to, or they snore or whatever. And they're not willing to be like, okay, this is just a person. I approach dating as this is you. I don't approach the dating as this is what I want you to be. It's this is you. Can I live with it? Can I not? That's it. Like if I so
So,
I don't have a that's why when people are like, oh Demi, this is your type, I don't have a type. I'm just like, this is you. I meet you where you are and I relate with you.
wait. And you pushed it. You went too far. You went too. Nah, I was feeling the feedback. You don't have a type. Anyway,
Oh my God.
we just withdraw that one. Continue.
But yeah, I'm just saying, like, in terms of like what I expect the person to be like in a certain space, I don't
Yes.
have
Okay.
expectations. It's just I let them act like they want to
Feel
in
them
that
to
space,
it.
and then I make my decision on the basis of that. So I don't think it has anything to do with them moving it together. There are other things that play into it that people are not
That's
willing to take responsibility for. So they'll just say it's because we moved in together. He got the car for free or whatever. So why would he buy the milk or whatever rubbish they say? It has nothing to do with that. There are
nothing
also
to
many
do with
couples who do that.
it. Are you listening?
I listened to
You
her.
said okay. So this is
So I
what.
didn't say anything. I listened to her. So you can't say I'm now. I really listen.
No, just because you didn't say anything doesn't mean you were listening.
No, I was listening. Even when you were talking about your book, I actually listened. I didn't say anything.
Okay, fine.
So you can't accuse me of that.
She's saying
That was very
them not,
insensitive of you.
no.
That was just you accusing me of stuff. Like I did not listen.
Okay,
So because I have a different opinion doesn't mean I do not listen.
if I say two plus, no, you can have a different opinion.
No,
but
then
that's
why
fine.
did you assume I did not listen? So you thought I was just
Because
listening
after
to her.
all she said,
Magic
no,
was going on in my
what
head.
you said was you didn't say I don't agree with you. You said, but that's not even what I was talking about.
Yes, the
That's why I
last
said you
part
did
of
not
what she
listen.
said was I
But-
don't agree with
But she said so many
in
things.
terms of what I'm saying.
What she said,
Yes.
does it relate? Did it at least
You see-
offer a
Did you let
different
me
opinion
finish?
to what?
And you just went to the
Wow, you said what she said.
Yes, I said the last part.
You didn't say the last part.
I was going to get
You
there.
didn't say the last
before you
part.
interrupted.
You see,
We
you-
do need couples
you
therapy.
asked me
Actually,
a
do need couples
question
therapy. I
that
agree.
why would I say you don't listen? And I am answering your question. I said you did not listen because after all she said, you said the first thing that came out of your mouth was, but what you just said doesn't have anything to do with what I said.
Can I say something? Did
So you may not agree with
Did you
it.
interrupt?
Did you say what I did?
Did you interrupt me?
I said you don't listen. Or
Did
you
you
didn't
interrupt
listen.
me?
Yes, I said you didn't listen. I'm saying you didn't listen. If I had let you finish, you wouldn't have said this whole last part.
Be patient.
Again, you want to be see. There are two things about you. You want to win. You don't. It's not for me. Argument is not about winning. It's about understanding. For you, you are more concerned about winning. This will be a serious problem in relationships for you. By the way,
I've
I'm
been
trying
very
to
good in
get the
relationships.
hand thing. You guys keep getting it when you do that, but I can't get. I'm trying to say like this is just not what.
It's
this
because you're in
is
Canada.
about.
It's for third world countries.
but secondly, the contrarian thing. But you want to win. That's why you didn't mean the last part. But control can say, you know what, it's fine. I
All
take it
right.
all back.
Thank you.
Finish it,
Thank you.
finish.
All
It's
right.
fine. It's
First
fine.
things first, ne?
It's fine.
The last part of what you said was the part I don't agree with. I understand exactly what you said, and I agree with you in the fact that you do need both. You need, if the onus is on you that owns the property and owns the space, to make sure that the other person feel as comfortable in that space and makes it as much theirs as it is yours. Completely agree with that, man. Where I differ personally, not as a group or as a study or anything, is like I can't I do not feel comfortable when somebody comes into my space and started changing things in my space. To a certain extent, I can accept it if the person is going to be gone after a while. You get my point, right? No matter how much I love you, I realize
I'm
this,
going
and
to
I and
make so much money as a couples counselor for Ayo.
But
Joella, let me
wait.
finish.
No,
Okay,
I want to say this. I'm not saying, I'm not even interrupting. I'm not,
you are.
no, chill, sorry. Okay, I am interrupting you.
Mhm.
I'm not saying something to be contrarian to what you're saying.
Yes.
I just want to introduce a point to it. And maybe it will this, at this point I want to introduce, I don't know if it will change what you want to say. That's all. Remember, this is a case of maybe I want to get this person is your fiancé, you
Yeah.
guys already even maybe have a date, you're going to get married, and you already, in fact, you're already open to starting a family, right?
Yes.
And then this is what is making this person come. So this person is not going.
Yes.
Would you still feel the same way of this is my space? I don't want them to change anything. That's what I just that's what I wanted to introduce. Sorry for interrupting and
Okay,
all
nobody's
that.
going to beat
I'm
you
really
up. There's no
sorry.
need to do that. Let me tell you the first time I noticed this about me, right? So we live in this space, right? Me, Bella, and I cried that is the reason why I left. But honestly, it lost me so much. It's not the reason why I left. But we have the Wi-Fi is situated in our room, which is the midpoint of the house. Okay, so whenever we get our glorious load shedding that our country provides for us, sometimes we have to switch it out during this particular load shedding to a more to a different power source. Okay, when these guys, my elder brother is very particular about certain things, but I thought I was more free in that manner. But whenever somebody went into my room, right, regardless of whatever the issue was, but I wasn't informed ahead of time or I wasn't there with them in that moment, right, I feel some type of way about it. All right. In a way where like I get very defensive and very almost agitated and angry to a point, right?
Are you working with
Now,
Pablo Escobar?
no, it's not. It has nothing to do with what is inside the room. It's almost
Okay.
as like you did not even ask me before you went in. You didn't, and I know that, and it didn't go in to interrupt anything that I was doing or to interfere with anything that was going on in my room. They went in specifically for that one purpose, right? That's nothing to do with it. But to me, it just gets to me in a particular way where I do not like. All right. So that's the first time I noticed it, like moving forward, right? Then the time I noticed it again was like when I had my girlfriend over, and she would um whenever somebody's coming over to your space, right? You already take care of your space enough to accommodate them in your space, right? Now, in what I have done, I have created a space for enough for her. Now, when I started now creating extra spaces, initially, that used to get to me in like whenever she now went and now move something. Okay. And this is in a place where I have not even set it up to my taste. I just set it up to the way I'm currently living. And I know that sounds, those are two different things, and I will explain.
No,
Let's
no,
say,
don't need.
No, don't
do you,
explain. We understand.
do you guys get it? Do you guys get it?
Yes.
Okay. So now, in a situation now where I am now living by myself and in an apartment or whatever the state might be, I have designed this whole space, and not only designed it, I have built it around my lifestyle and the way I want to live my life, right?
Hmm.
To the point now, if somebody is not coming in, I can make as much effort as I like. I promise you, I will make it. I will. But if when it now start changing, as much as you are saying that I am, why is your head shaking? Is your head too big for your head? As much as as much as you are saying I should make an effort to
Hmm.
accommodate them, I also feel like I am losing to me, right? I feel like I'm losing more of like I'm making myself very inconvenient. Like I'm putting myself in a situation where like I'm getting pissed off by every change that I make. The
Okay.
reason why
Um,
now be patient.
no, no,
What
sorry,
is
bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
and so now
I'm sorry.
if we are not, and this is why, this is how I noticed, where if we are moving into a new space, right, regardless of whatever situation we are in our relationship, right, even if it's a hookup culture or even if it's my fiance, right, the fact that we're moving into a new space and there is no designated area, or there's no designated space of my own. Like I haven't made this space like my gaming area, or this is where I found this is where I enjoy being by myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
You
Ayo,
can tell
go
that
on
this is
because I, would-
annoying.
I want us to just wrap this up. But go on,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
listening.
But okay, what I want to say is this. I hear what you're saying, right? I feel this is what I feel. I may be wrong. I feel like this is something that you probably need to work on, because even if you move into a new space, there will be still be spaces in those new spaces that you will consider your thing. And it is even like it's one thing if she's coming to your space, she's probably even going to be more controlled. When the two of you move into a new space, she's going to believe everywhere is hers. And the more you guys go deeper into the relationship, she's going to see everywhere as hers, even though you've scared this is my area. And if she moves things there, it will affect you. So you probably need to well,
I think
like
you
I
just have
said,
I think Ayo, maybe you have a strong sense of boundaries, physical boundaries, and also like ownership, that you're like it's
I
just
agree
like
with
when
that
something
part.
is yours, you're like, this is
yeah,
mine. I don't want to let it go. But a relationship is about loosening a bit, I suppose. But I'm not in a
Yes,
relationship, as you
I
always point out, so I don't know anything about this.
no, I never said you don't know anything about it, but you probably don't know as much as you think you do because you're not in a relationship.
Okay.
That was
Yeah,
a joke.
that's
That was
fine.
a joke. Uh, I do understand where it's coming from, and to be fair, I would not know that until I'm in that situation. I will not fully know how I will respond to that. I can assume that this is what is said might be correct, and but I can also assume that because I have lived with my younger brother, right, in a room and in a space where we moved in together, and I had now created a different sense of boundaries, if that makes sense. You get my point, right?
Mm,
Like when
mm, yeah.
I wasn't so protective of now my space, because now it was a joint thing. It wasn't like he moved into my space. I feel like it's a different feeling when somebody is moving into something that you've already established. And as much as you try to create boundaries for, or you try to create space for them, it's in a situation where like it is still like you are going out of your way to do it. Whereas if you where you are coming together, you get my point, right? It's different. That's just my
I
opinion on
feel
it,
like okay,
personally for me.
what be I don't
Mm,
want us to like overflow this issue, but I guess ultimately, if you do, I what may be a redeeming thing is that at the
Okay,
end, what you're
you're
doing
making it
now.
seem like I'm lost,
Yeah,
but
you're
lost
lost.
cause.
Yeah, you're
Okay,
lost.
okay.
But what is happening now is that you're only having people coming to your space for a time frame, like
Yeah,
maybe a weekend or whatever. But if there's a joint decision where you know what, this is now our space,
yeah.
and if this person is also paying rent, maybe the fact that they're also
I don't even think it
contributing,
has something to
there
do with the
is
money, but sure. Yeah, yeah. Go on.
like once there's some sort of thing, there's an agreement that this is no longer your space, this is our space.
Yeah,
Maybe that will change something in your head, so
yeah,
that will help.
yeah.
I like yeah. If my point is this, if there's an agreement that this is our space,
Hmm,
where you guys have had a discussion and this is our space,
hmm.
but that doesn't change anything in how you feel,
Yeah.
moving to a new house will not change that thing.
It
uh,
might.
okay.
It
okay.
might
All
because you
right.
have to set up new
All right.
boundaries, in my
Okay.
opinion.
All right.
But yes, I
Okay.
agree.
No
This has
problem.
been great. And
Okay. Guys, if you have habits that will chase, okay, maybe not chase, but actually, if you have habits that will chase people away from you, or you have habits that chase people away from you, can put it in the comment
no,
section.
no, I think keep it lighthearted, to be honest. Like habits that would drive people crazy, because I don't believe in this sense that people are perfect. Like I think regardless of whatever you're doing, there will be
No,
something you
yeah,
do
of
that just
course, of course,
annoys your
of course.
partner, even though they love you
Yeah,
so much. It
definitely.
just annoys them every time you do that thing. And
Do
Yeah.
yeah,
you
it's
believe,
good to be
sorry,
aware of it.
before we leave, do you believe that you have a red flag?
Me,
Yeah.
I don't know. I might be a red flag to some people. I mean, I am a red flag to some people, as they've let me know. That's not a.
Yeah.
I believe that every individual, everybody has
Everybody,
I
a red
don't
flag.
think I
because
don't think red
if red
flags are
flags, no, no, this is what I
universal.
would say. I feel red flags are relative. First of
Yeah,
all, and
exactly.
anything that's relative,
Yeah.
then you
To
can be a
some,
red flag
yeah.
to. Yeah, no, it's relative because, for example, maybe you say stealing is a red flag,
I
but
mean,
if you
for
meet
you,
somebody else
the
who likes to
cooking is
steal,
probably a red flag.
I don't understand.
The
What?
overcooking in one period for some people.
So,
Yeah.
like, red. My point is this: red flags are relative.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
because something is a red flag to you may not be a red flag to someone else.
Yeah.
They're
So
not
that means
universal.
everyone
Yeah.
is. Yeah, everyone
So I
is.
don't know. I don't walk around thinking of myself as a red flag in any way. I think if I meet people and they consider me to be
But
a red
then, is
flag,
there
then
anyone
that's
who
fine.
walks around thinking like they are red flags?
You never
I
know. Some
don't.
people are very
Some people
self-aware.
do. Some people, like, if you know that you are toxic and you like that kind of thing, then you might be aware
That's
that
the
it's a
thing.
red flag.
Do people deep down? No, they may agree. They may like I don't want to argue with you, kind of. But do people like I know I'm toxic. Like
To some extent, I believe that some people know. Some people do know that they're not necessarily good guys, though. You get my point? Like,
do they see
Okay,
it
I
that
feel
way?
like we're going into a new topic
Yeah.
and we should be
Anyway,
wrapping up.
my people. Goodbye, good night, good morning, wherever you are in the world, whenever you are watching this. Yeah.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Anything you want to
yes, guys, thank you so much for joining us on today's episode. It was so much fun. Just getting to know each. I think everybody kind of figured out a little bit more about themselves, except for maybe them, because she's good either way. All of our stuff is killing all everybody that she's interested in. But other than that, it was fun. I actually enjoyed it. If you're over 6 foot and you might be sick from cold, just stay away from them and you'll be fine.
Yeah, it's fine. You said damn it, not damn it. So it's okay.
Damn it! I always fuck up the name.
All right,
Thank
guys.
you.
Bye.
Bye. Stay away from Dammy, everybody.
Who are you attracting at this stage?